Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and for the final video of Pikmin Week, we're gonna be talking about Pikmin. I'm joined today by two of my good friends, Damien and Ratula, from the vlogs, from the corner plays. You know
Hi.
them.
Hi.
We're gonna be talking about why we love Pikmin. We're gonna be talking about what makes us really love these little guys and these little
hmm
games.
All the
Mhm.
men.
I've
Why
prepared
we picked
four
the men.
I have prepared four specific questions that we're all going to have to answer, putting you guys on the spot with this one. Um, and it's really gonna dive deep. It's gonna be, I don't know how to put this. It's just it's gonna really expose why we love this series and why
Yeah.
we would all be so dedicated enough to partake in this celebration leading up to the long-awaited release of Pikmin 4.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think we'll just start off with the first question.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first question: how were we all introduced to this lovely series? I'm gonna let Damien start. Damien, you
Oh
go
yeah?
first. Yeah.
Okay, hey guys. It's me again, here from the Zelda discussion. I don't know if you remember. This is another one of my childhood franchises. I think I played Pikmin 3 when I was like 12 years old, and it was after like a big move that I had, so I was just like at home for the summer playing Pikmin. It was fantastic. Um I don't remember exactly how I got introduced to it. I think I just like saw the demo for Pikmin 3 on the eShop, and then I played it, and then I had a lot of fun. Then I bought the game, and then I just played the game a bunch. And yeah, it was a good time. And then for the longest time, I never played any of the other ones. Like I just played Pikmin 1 like a couple of weeks ago, and I still haven't played 2, but I'm gonna do it soon. And so yeah, that's how I started playing Pikmin.
You
Was
played
just
one, didn't you play it a few years ago? Back in like 2020
oh
or
yeah,
something?
I did play it a few years ago. I didn't finish
On
it
the
though.
Oh, you
I
did
remember
back
I
then,
played
yeah.
like maybe like 5 6 days of it. Yeah,
Yeah, well, why'd you
because
stop? It's just
it's
like not
just it's so different than Pikmin 3. I was just like playing it and I was like, you know what? I would rather play 3.
Yeah, it's weird because for me, I played like them chronologically. Like I started with the first one, then second, then third. It's kind of crazy to imagine people who start with the third one and then go back to only having like one captain because those three
Yeah.
games are such a specific. Like there's so much progression in just like the quality of how things go. I guess like it's like okay, there's clearly improvements over two has improvements over one, and three has improvements over two. They feel so just built off of each other. Granted,
Yeah.
four seems to just be changing things straight up, so that should be interesting. But yeah, how about you, Ratula?
Well, so it's kind of a funny story. I got my first Nintendo Switch Lite from these guys and a couple other friends. And
Yeah.
I was 19. That was my 19th birthday. And I have never played any Nintendo Switch game before that or anything like that. And I actually had a few family friends come over and they brought their Switch and they were playing it and then they left their Pikmin 3 Deluxe game. And then when I called them after they left, they were like, "Oh, you can just keep it." But this was back when I didn't have a
Fools.
Switch Lite. And
Fools.
then when I got my Switch Lite, I'm like, "Whoa, I can play this now." So that was the first Nintendo Switch game I ever played, Pikmin 3. And
Yeah.
and I was
Very good one. Very good one to start with.
right? And I at first I thought it was like a kids game, so I was like, "Oh, great. I have a kids game. Like, I don't know, I'm not going to have much fun with it." And then I started playing it and I loved it. So,
Mhm.
Death and destruction.
Yeah,
All of your Pikmin die under the crushing grasp of a frog.
it's so crazy to me how cutesy of a series like Pikmin is advertised at, but those are
Yeah.
not children's games. Like okay, Kirby, Mario, like other Nintendo franchises, you could be like, hey, here, you just play the game, you run left to right, you find the goal. Pikmin, you have to like strategize, you have to manage your units, you have to make sure. Like I feel like there's so much intimidation, especially with the earlier games. It's like how are you expecting children to play these? There's got to be.
Bro, there's no way. If I had played that game as like a 10-year-old, I would never be able to do it.
Oh yeah,
There's no
no, for
way a
sure.
kid could beat the
For
first
sure.
Pikmin
Like
game.
when oh my god, literally, because what? I'll get into this in a, well, actually, no, I guess I'll cut into, I guess I'll go into my history now. But like, I was first introduced to Pikmin way like long, long ago. I think it was back when I got my 3DS in like 2011, and it came with those AR cards, and one of them was these like Pikmin, and I was like, 7-year-old me is like, what is this? This is like some weirdo Teletubby knockoffs. What's going on here? What's up with these guys? I think a few years later, in like an issue of Nintendo Power, I read about Pikmin 2 coming to Wii, and Pikmin 3 was getting announced, and such and such. And I was kind of following it because I was following the Nintendo news cycle and zeitgeist at that point. So I like knew it was coming out. I knew it was a big deal. I wanted to pick it up back in like 2013, but I never got around to it. So I kind of just forgot about it. I kind of never really looked back and thought, yeah, I should go get Pikmin 3. But I followed it. I understood the series. I respected it. And even back like years and years ago, I knew the struggle of when is Pikmin 4 coming out, right?
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
But I first played the series on like the Wii U. I think one day in the summer, I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna play 1, 2, and 3. They're all on the Wii U, pretty cheap. Let's go for it. And I honestly, I didn't beat any of them back then. I played a bunch of 1. I stopped at some point. I played a bunch of 2. I stopped at some point. I played a little bit of 3. I stopped at some point. But now on the Switch, I have finished all 3 of the games. Well, the first one I finished on like GameCube a few years ago, as I mentioned in the review. But yeah, no, I am fully indoctrinated into Pikmin now, and I gotta say, don't regret it for a second. Fantastic, fantastic series. I love him. I love him. You know, I might have found them a bit intimidating when I first played them, but now it's just like second nature and it's such comfort, honestly.
Yeah. No, I made it my life's goal for a couple of years to convert all of you guys into the Pikmin world.
And you did it. You did it. Congratulations, Damien.
I know now all of my friends play Pikmin, and you guys are finally cool, so that's good.
We're cool. Yeah,
I
we're
can
cool.
finally.
We're cool. And Damien.
I know.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Is that it for that question, or is there anything else that like Rutila? Do you have anything else to say?
I was just gonna. I know John Lucas said that's a great game to start off like my Nintendo Switch journey with, but yeah, no, I really like how it was such a weird transition from me thinking it was a kid's game into like, oh, this is not for children, or I mean, it can be, but it's like no child is gonna beat that game.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
played
no.
it with like the deluxe controls as well, so it had like the automatic lock on and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't
yeah,
even
that's
have to
right. Yeah.
struggle through the initial like Pikmin like original controls is so frustrating.
Oh my god, it's so archaic. Like,
Like it's
especially on the
impossible.
GameCube, because like even on the
Yeah.
Switch ports, you could get them. Well, I mean, I guess the Switch ports you're learning because those don't have motion controls. But yeah, no, it's so frustrating because you
No,
just
the
can't
Switch ports
aim.
you can do
Well, yeah,
motion
but no,
control.
she's on Switch Lite, and there's no motion controls
Oh,
there.
well, they are, but it's just it's tough.
But like, no, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
There's like
No,
no
no, sorry,
gyro.
I didn't mean
Yeah,
to. Yeah.
yeah, no, whatever. It's not a big deal. But yeah, no. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's they've progressively, slowly but surely, been making the series more accessible. And I mean, based on everything I've seen and played of the Pikmin 4 demo, it seems like they've achieved like the maximum point of accessibility with the Pikmin series now, where you know the controls are easy to grasp, and even if you mess up, you can literally rewind time by like a few minutes whenever you have a big fail or whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think they've really.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, you're saying.
I also want to say how, because that's Pikmin 3 is the first Pikmin game that I started off with. We for Pikmin week, all of us were thinking of replaying all the Pikmin games. So when I went to Pikmin 1, it was such a change. I was like, what is this? From Pikmin 2 to Pikmin 1. I was like, why am I a bird? Like at a bird's eye view. And why and why is it so bad?
Yeah.
But it's not bad, but compared to the luxury I had when playing Pikmin 3, it was so different. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, radically different. Mm-hmm.
Bro, and it's like me and Rutula both had the same kind of like what is it, like particularness, like we never wanted to kill any Pikmin when we were playing the game. At least when I first started, I was definitely like that. I didn't want to have like a single death. Now I don't care. I'll just fleet them to their death. It doesn't matter. But like in Pikmin 1, it's so impossible because they're so stupid. Like they'll literally just like go careening into the water. Like
literally, I don't think a single day has ever ended in me playing through Pikmin 1 where there aren't a few stragglers who just got stuck on like a blade of grass or something.
No, I did a playthrough of Pikmin 1. And it's like, I think by the end of it, I had like 875 Pikmin deaths. Like,
Yeah, it's
so
ridiculous. That game can be the older games are just so much tougher to wrap your head around. But once you do, it feels good. Obviously, like I could say something like Pikmin 2 is a comfort food game, and I'm sure some people would wince at the thought of that. All right, next up, what is our favorite type of Pikmin? All right, what's your favorite type of all of the Pikmins, all of the ones that we have out there, and why? Explain to
okay.
me. Ratula, I'm putting you on the spot. Go.
Okay, so Gianluca, we were talking about this a few days ago, but very particularly Pikmin 2 Purple Pikmin.
Ooh. So you're
Oh,
just
the
you're just going straight up
chonky
for the tier
boys.
list. You're just going for straight up for S tier.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Why
the
is that?
best Pikmin, and they're just OP. Like, I don't know why they would make them so strong. Like, you literally, that's all you need, I think. Just put
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just little sumo dudes.
They're little sumo dudes. They stun
but Pikmin,
enemies. They can carry
yeah,
objects with the strength of.
but
It's,
Pikmin
yeah.
2 specifically, because after that, when they like redid it for Pikmin 3, it's not good anymore. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
Do you think they're funny because of how chonky they are?
okay, we don't body shame on the corner, Damien. So
Okay,
They're,
you didn't have to take it there.
it's not body
We were
shaming.
just
They're
talking
just
about
big
little.
boys.
They're
We
just
love the
fat
big
carrot
I'm
boys.
sorry,
dudes.
Gianluca. You can.
I love their intro in Pikmin 2. They just they do a sumo stomp and it shakes the earth. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
love them.
bro.
And it's kind
Little
of they have
sumo
like little
dudes.
eyelashes too. That's amazing. It's I forget about that detail all the time. It's like they've got eyelashes and the other ones like all the Pikmin have little design quirks and like those first five, all are just the same body shape with like different little
Yeah.
design attributes, which is kind of
No, I
nice.
Yeah.
will say the
Mhm.
No,
detailing for every Pikmin and like, yeah, you're right. It's really good. Designed it really
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
those
Mhm.
guys are nuts. Oliver's got to be pretty strong, eh? Because those guys
Mhm.
are chonky, and he just
Bro,
chucks them.
Bro, no, you can there's this thing you could do, I swear, where you could literally just dismiss all of your Pikmin and go run around as Olimar and start beating up the enemies and
Yeah,
deplete their health bars. That's the most fun thing to do. I think I did that for a Wally Wog once because I was like, no, I don't want to fight this guy, bro. I'm not even gonna bother. Let
yeah.
me just get rid of him.
So I don't have any. Like I did that in Pikmin 3. I didn't have any water or like blue Pikmin, so I just go into the water and beat up the tadpoles.
That's the best. That's the best thing. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I wonder if you could still do that in 4. I haven't tested that in the demo.
I did. You can.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. All right, but I would like to explain the truth to all of you who the
Yeah.
real best Pikmin type is. It is the white
Mm.
Pikmin
No,
from
you're
Pikmin 2.
incorrect.
The white Pikmin are
Incorrect.
incredible. First of all, just looking at them, they're these little dudes. They're the smallest Pikmin. They're just a Pikmin, but really small and really thin. And instead of having the little white and black eyes, they have like beady red eyes. All right. And like whenever you see them walking around, whenever they introduce them, they're always like cracked up. They're like just like their heads shifting like rapidly. It's like they're feral or something.
Bro,
So
they're literally just tiny little crack Pikmin.
they're exactly.
That's
Oh, I don't know what you. Every word of that sentence was incredible, Damien. You've just proved my point 100%. The tiny crack Pikmin are the best Pikmin. Not only for that, but they're also Pikmin that I think have the most they have okay like one thing in 2 they use them like how the way they use the red and blue and yellow Pikmin where it's like there's elemental attributes to enemies and hazards and it's like okay you want to bring these Pikmin along to take on those hazards. You want blue Pikmin to go through water. You want red Pikmin to destroy fire geysers. A yellow Pikmin to
yeah.
destroy electric fences, and the whites are for poison gates, which are in a thing, or like these little poison dispensers, which are a thing in Pikmin 2. But that
Okay.
isn't their only use. They have other uses, right? They can dig up buried treasures in Pikmin 2, where there will be a treasure that's buried in the ground, and you have to dig it up and if you just hover the white Pikmin around, they'll dig it up like that. It's really great. And then oh man, I think the reason that I would have to give them like top billing for me personally, 100%. When an enemy eats a white Pikmin, they lose health. you know? That's just like that right there is like, okay, I want to have white Pikmin around now because literally, like, there's some enemies a lot of enemies actually, that'll just die in one hit if they eat one white Pikmin, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, I might have lost a Pikmin while fighting this guy, but I mean, like, hey, that did a lot of damage, you
The
know?
sacrificial Crackman.
Literally, it's amazing, and and it's a great utility to have. But it's like, do I want to do it because white Pikmin are harder to get because you have to get them in the caves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's such a cool attribute
It
of them.
becomes a
I
moral dilemma.
yeah, more like not very much moral. It's not really about whether he lives or dies. It's whether I need him for
Oh,
something else
okay.
or not. It's very
Damn.
evil, very sadistic. But I
What's the
love the
word?
little
So
guys.
so it's utilitarian love that you have for
Yes, yeah,
Pikmins. I
sounds about
see, I
right.
see.
I love them though. I'm so glad they're back in full force in Pikmin 4. I can't wait to see what they are all about. But that leaves you, Damien. What is the best Pikmin?
Okay, well, your answers were nice and all, but they were wrong. My answer is gonna be a better answer. Okay.
Okay. You need to think
Sorry,
about
I went into that with like so much confidence and like no preparation at all.
amazing.
Um, I think it's the flying Pikmin. It's the
Okay.
wingman.
The
It's the
winged
it's the
Pikmin.
it's the pinkman, the wingman. Because
And
not only are they the wingmen, so they'll help you get the ladies in the club, but also
true.
they're adorable. They have the highest pitched voice of any Pikmin. They're the little tiny little pink ones. They can fly. Flying is sick. They're all terrain. All right. Water, they can go over that. You got to get over a ledge. They can just do that. You don't got to throw them. They can fly. Do you know how many like there are different monsters or like enemies? Like the little what are they? The dudes that like swoop down and grab your Pikmin and chuck them into the
Yeah.
Ah,
ground.
yes, the swooping
Those
stitch
guys
bugs.
suck. If you got flying Pikmin, you just charge him at that dude. Done. Immediate, just swarmed. All
Hmm.
right. You know the big puffy like the dude that shoots air at you. He's got the spikes on his back.
Yeah, him.
That guy, pink Pikmin, swarm him. He's done. He's dead. They can carry fruit and other things, maximum efficiency over water, over land, all terrain, maximum utility. And also, when you throw them and they pick things up, they sound like little Latinos. They're like I see, and then they move it around and they have their adorable voices, and that's why they're the best because they're
You know
just
what?
I love them.
While
I relate to them.
while I do definitely disagree with this take, I do not think they are the best Pikmin. I
Don't
will
hate them.
respectfully disagree. I will
Bro,
respectfully
I
disagree.
gave so many good points.
They
I
are
just
good points.
fire them out.
I gave about as many good points, so I will respectfully disagree.
Okay, but here's the
I
thing.
respect your
Your
opinion though.
argument that you can poison the Pikmin with the white Pikmin, you can do that with Bomb Rock Pikmin too. In
But I
Pikmin
hate
1, I would have
Bomb
Bomb
Rock.
Rock Pikmin, I'd chuck them, they'd eat them, boom, dead.
Bomb rocks suck though. In Pikmin 1, bomb rocks are so
Yeah.
finicky, dude. Like I'll throw a Pikmin with a bomb rock and he'll like pick up the bomb rock. Like he just won't come back it's oh my god. I
Okay.
hate bomb rocks so
Okay,
much. I'm
but
so glad they're
here's the
not tied to
thing.
Pikmin anymore.
Here's the thing. So now when you're having Pikmin carry stuff, if it's like 10 Pikmin are required to carry something, you can have 20 Pikmin carry it and it'll be faster, right?
Hmm.
So if you can with the flying Pikmin, you can have 20 dudes carrying that, and then you can chuck like I don't know, like 6 or 7 additional wing Pikmin to make it even faster. So now not only are they all terrain on their own, they can also be used to supplement other Pikmin efforts to make it further streamline the process.
Well, yeah, that's how it works with any Pikmin type, though. It's not like they pick it up off the
No,
ground.
no, because with the wing Pikmin, you can go from you can more than double the amount of Pikmin carrying something.
Oh, they're faster carriers. Okay,
Yeah, so you
yeah.
can add on top of you once you double the amount, you can also add additional pink Pikmin.
The one thing that always breaks me about winged Pikmin is that they're like the worst in combat, like definitively by
I already
far.
gave listen, but what if you got dudes in the air?
Like, there's like a few dudes in the air. There's like the two guys you mentioned and one boss in 3, but that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
We'll see what
but
4 does for them. We'll see what utilities 4
no,
gives
man,
them. Hmm.
you can't tell me they're not adorable.
They are adorable. I will give you
They're
that. They are
adorable.
very
They have
adorable. The
everything.
beady, they do have the white Pikmin syndrome of having very beady one colored eyes, and
The
I do
white
love that.
Exactly.
I do
They're
love that.
adorable, they're useful, and they're Latino, which
Come
is
back to us. Come back to us in like 2 weeks when this list completely changes and we're all saying like ice and glow
Literally.
Pikmin or something.
oh, glow Pikmin scare me, bro.
I love them.
Uh,
I want a plush of them so bad. Oh my
they
gosh.
might change my
I think
opinion.
they're like the
Mhm.
creepy looking
Yes.
ones.
All right, let's move on to the next
Okay.
question. This is a hard one. What do we love about Pikmin? Like what specifically about these games really speaks to you guys? Who wants to go first?
Well, I feel like we've been going first for the last two, so you should go
Oh,
first.
Facts.
thank you. I'm
You're
humbled.
welcome.
I'm so very humbled. I just love. This is gonna sound like a cliche, lame answer, but I love the vibes of Pikmin. You know, I just love. I love the idea that like you're just playing as a little dude running around these very natural environments from this like ant's perspective. You know, like you'll
Yeah.
run through. You're. It's like okay, you're in a like what is it? The main area in the first Pikmin game, Forest of Hope. That is a
Mhm.
forest, but you're not like in a normal forest level. You're like literally ground level. There's like maybe half of a tree trunk that's like nearby you, and that's like a huge platform, a Herculean task for you to even like go near it, you know? It's the scaling in this series is always incredible, and I feel like with each game there's like just a new set of amazing enriching environments with the great music, you know. I always think back to like areas like the Wistful Wild and Pikmin 2, just this really one of the best autumn areas in any game in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, and like
Is that from
the
three?
that's from no two from two,
Okay, okay.
and like the Distant Spring from one, which was reused in two. But like the music in like the Distant Spring,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
ethereal, right?
Yeah, the
And
Distant
you
Spring
have
was
these like
cool.
natural environments juxtaposed with all these weirdo creatures. Like the Pikmin are what 7-year-old me would have told you. Weird alien Teletubbies because like what are they doing in these like natural hyper realistic environments with all these other weird enemies? What's a Bulborb? What's a crab
Wally
meat? What's a snitch bug? Like, what are these guys? They're
Wally.
so weird. What's a bread bug? Why is there a bug made out of bread? What is he doing?
Is that what he is? He's not made out of bread.
I mean, he's like literally a bullboard with like a loaf of bread for a shell. Like, what is
Oh,
he? I love
really?
him. I love them.
That's
They're
funny.
amazing. They're incredible. But yeah, no, it's just like the idea, just like you're commanding this tiny army in these areas, and just what it leads, what that gameplay, what that like thematic concept leads to in the gameplay really speaks to me just so much, you know. And all the games I think have taken great advantage of that with the treasures from two just being these everyday objects that you'll have to carry and pick up, and stuff like the battle modes being essentially tiny little wars that you would have with your friends. It's the game lends itself to its themes so very well.
for sure.
hmm
All right, who wants to go next?
I guess I can go next.
All right, Damien, let her rip.
Okay. I mean, everything you said is fantastic, and I would love to say that those are all the reasons that I love Pikmin 2. But if I'm being honest, I think I just have OCD, and Pikmin is just like my favorite game because of like it's just like clear, definitive like tasks. There's like numbers involved. Like you can like there's the Pikmin population, right? Like my favorite thing to do is just to amass like a huge army of Pikmin. I just like seeing like the numbers go up, and then just like the task of like throwing Pikmin at stuff and having them pick it up and like carry it, and it's like fractions, and it's like
Oh yeah,
it's
no.
just all the numbers are just incredibly satisfying, and it's just like seeing all of these like tasks and process be like carried out, and like organizing everything is just satisfying to me. So it's just honestly, it's just a game that just soothes my inner whatever, like it's just it feels nice to play. I think that's why I like Pikmin. That's it. And now later in life, like I like it because it reminds me of my childhood. But
Mhm.
definitely in the beginning, that's why I love the game so much, just because it just felt very fulfilling and satisfying to play. But yeah, that's it. That's my answer. That's not
The
that
per-
long, but yeah.
No, it's very fair. I get that. The gameplay,
Yeah.
you know, just like that whole element of strategy to it, all the management, all the little, especially in like three, they really dialed that up to 11 with like you could literally tell captains where to take Pikmin, and you got to keep track of all this and
Oh
everything
yeah,
that's
that was
going
great
on.
too.
It's
Once
so
there's that
incredible.
added level of like what's the word? Like
Strategy.
delegating, like just
Yeah,
like time
yeah,
management.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's amazing.
yep.
It is
For
absolutely
sure.
incredible.
For me, I think what I
Mhm.
really like about it is that it's a really well developed game disguised as like lesser than what it actually is. Because when you look at it, you're like, oh, this doesn't seem like anything like particular, or like it doesn't seem that big of a deal. It's just it seems like a
Yeah.
small like just niche or game. But when you actually
Hmm.
like play it, it's there's so much more that you kind of that takes your interest. Like I said, when I thought it was a kids game, I started playing it. I was like, okay, there's so much that I can kind of do. But I also really like how it's very nature like involved. It makes me feel very like
Yeah.
tranquil just playing
Mhm.
it. Which is ironic because
Hmm.
like I feel very calm playing it, and then I'm just like killing all of these people or like all the and
Yeah.
yeah.
All the
So
animals.
I really like how it's kind of a good game disguised as not as good as it seems. So like when you play it, it's better than
Or
what you would think it would be.
I think maybe it's like
Yeah, I was
almost a
gonna
very
say
humble
that
game.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm. Yeah, I would
But
definitely
yeah.
say it's a very humble series in general. Whenever it's just like, hey, here's another little little games in the series from the crackhead himself, Mr. Miyamoto, and it's always yeah. I mean, you hit it right. It's very humble. I guess I don't really know what else to add to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of nailed it between the three
Mhm.
of us. Like,
Yeah, no, all three areas of it, just the sincerity, the aesthetics, and the management and the gameplay. It's all like it's just such a lovely series, and we're just so happy to
yeah.
that it's finally back on
After 10
Switch with
years.
Pikmin 4. Hmm.
Oh my God, I've waited so long. You have no
But
idea. This has been killing me for like half my life. Like,
it's so true. However, before we move on to the future, we have to take one final look at the past. Everybody, which game in the Pikmin series is the best one? Damien,
okay.
you tell me right here, right now.
Okay, here's the thing. I have played all of one. I have played like the tutorial of two, and I've played three multiple times. So I don't know if two is better because I haven't played it yet, but we'll see. Maybe my opinion will change. But as of right now, one is not better than three. I think three is the best one for sure. And we can get further into it later, but like I want to hear Ratula's opinion first because I don't know. And then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So Ratula, what
Ratul,
do you think?
Okay, so
what's the
this
best
is
Pikmin
really
game?
hard because I finished three, and I'm almost finished one. And then I've played a bunch of I've done a bunch of days in two, but I haven't like actually played through that. So I think three is the most well done in terms of like development, because they've obviously like took feedback from the first two Pikmin games and then like made three. I think that
Hmm.
the characters in two are are not necessarily better, but it was so like I said with the purple Pikmin, like you don't get that in any other Pikmin game. Like how OP it is from like it can
Yeah,
literally just carry like something that needs 15 Pikmin and like five purple Pikmin. So I think that
yeah.
in terms of Pikmin 3, the Pikmin are not as like they're more like I guess nonchalant. Like I don't know how to explain it. They're more like simple in terms of
Well,
in terms of
what
what you want them to do. Yeah, go ahead.
what what
Yeah,
about the
I like
flying
those too.
Pikmin?
I think
Those aren't simple. They can fly.
but
What
that's
about
what
the
I mean.
rock
Like
Pikmin?
you didn't need the rock Pikmin in Pikmin 2. Don't look up.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't need them,
I
but
mean,
they were there in three.
Rock Pikmin are more
For
well
sure.
balanced versions of the purple Pikmin. It's like, okay, what if we
I
had a
I
think
rock
love the rock
Pikmin?
Pikmin.
What if we had strong Pikmin that then latch onto enemies and literally break the game in
I
half?
think
Okay, great.
Pikmin
Rock
3 is
Pikmin.
the most like concise and like it makes more sense in terms of like the Pikmin and their characteristics. I think yeah, I guess Pikmin 3
Mm.
is the best Pikmin game, but when playing Pikmin 2 and even the first one, it was kind of like you don't really know what to expect because it's so like cracked. but but yeah, Pikmin 3 is the best developed, I
Yeah,
think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think 3 as well. Just because it's like 3 has all my favorite Pikmin. Like I guess yeah, the white Pikmin like they're pretty cool and like the purple Pikmin as well. It'd be cool if they were in the game, so I'm glad that they're all in 4, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
like you have red, yellow, blue, you know, the original 3 Pikmin. You got the flying Pikmin, which I've already expressed why I love them so much. They're the best Pikmin no matter what anybody else says. Um and the rock Pikmin, it's like they were just cool. They're just completely different than all the other Pikmin. They're
Yeah.
literally just like rocks with eyes and legs and you chuck them at enemies and it's like they're not like other Pikmin where they like latch on and like attack. They're just like you're just chucking rocks at them, like, and then they break the crystals, you know. So it's like it's just like yeah, I don't know. I like the rock Pikmin a lot as well. I think 3 has the coolest Pikmin. I think 3 has the coolest environments because there's just a lot going on. Um, and I just think that I mean the go here function, like where you can like take the different captains and split them up and have them like walk around the map in different directions at the same time. That is amazing. Like that's my favorite function in any video game. I think that's my favorite mechanic ever. And yeah, I played the shit out of that game, and it's just really fun.
Mhm.
I think 3 is the best. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All fair and respectable takes about Pikmin 3, but now I'm going to tell you all what the true best Pikmin game is. That's right. Hey Pikmin, coming in for the surprise, the best
No,
Pikmin
this
game.
that's
It's
wrong.
on the 3DS. Just
No,
kidding. You guys,
that's
you could
wrong.
like
That's
tap the
incorrect,
Pikmin. It's like, bro, what other Pikmin game uses two
bro.
screens? Nintendo Land Pikmin Adventure? Didn't think so.
Pikmin 3
Okay,
uses 2 screens. You have the Wii U gamepad.
not on Switch. Okay,
Yeah,
real answer, real answer. If
yeah.
you guys have been following the channel for the past week, this one's pretty obvious. Pikmin 2. It's Pikmin 2. That's the best one. It's very, 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 very good. Very
I
good.
haven't
I
played 2
is
yet,
my
but
it is my favorite in the series. I love all of the, as previously mentioned
Yeah.
by everybody here, the cracked stuff in the game. I love the mechanics. The caves add so much depth to the exploration. You go in this underground, procedurally generated cave, and you'll have to uncover all of the treasures hiding within. It's so
but
cool.
don't people hate those? Like, don't
No,
they
they're
suck
actually
sometimes?
okay. Here's the thing: they're actually good and smart because
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of you have to. It's everybody loves their roguelike games nowadays, right? So like this is literally a roguelike element in every Pikmin area because when you get sent in there, you cannot grow Pikmin, right? You can only swap out pre-existing Pikmin for certain types of Pikmin. Unlike the mainland, where it's like, oh well, my Pikmin died. Let me just go, plant more of them or whatever. it's
Yeah.
it's a bit of a gauntlet, and each of these gauntlets, so to speak, has a different theme, has different sets of enemies, has very interesting bosses. There's so many bosses in Pikmin 2. Pikmin 1
Yeah.
only really has the three small guys per each area. 3 has these very heavily scripted boss sequences, but like 2,
Yeah,
every
3
single
has
cave,
some good bosses, and there are a
but
bunch of mini bosses around.
every single cave in 2 has a boss, and it's like always this
Oh,
chow, like
really?
you run into them, and it's like, okay, here's the Empress Bull Blacks. How are you gonna take this guy down? There's one that's like the spider dude, but he has like a machine gun and he starts firing it at
What?
your pick. It's insane. It's amazing. The
They have
bosses
a
are great.
machine
And
gun? Is it like a straight up machine gun or like?
literally it is a straight up, like, the spider runs around and then he'll start attacking. You'll try to attack him, and then he'll pull out his machine gun from like underneath the ball, and he'll just start like
Okay.
shooting at them. It's
Yeah.
Damn.
amazing. It's the best thing. But like, you know, and like even the treasures, right? In Pikmin 1, you have to collect the ship parts, which are all very funny, and Olimar has very interesting things to say about them. In Pikmin 3, you collect the fruit, which is very pretty to look at, and the juice animation is
Oh my
very
gosh,
nice. But
Oh,
Pikmin
don't even get
2,
me
talk about
started.
that. I actually, when I
Pikmin
first
2,
played Pikmin 3 and I literally didn't know how to use the juice. Like every time I used it, like it didn't do anything. It just made them like excited.
what do
Like
you
it didn't, it was
Oh, that's not the juice we're talking about. But
Oh wait,
that's
oh
true.
no, not
That's a
that
good
one.
point.
Well, that juice is also in Pikmin 2. In
The
fact, they have
crack,
another. Actually, they have two of them in Pikmin
the
2. In Pikmin
Pikmin
2, there's
crack.
the Pikmin crack with the super ultra spicy spray, which jacks
Yeah,
up your Pikmin and makes them get all excited. But they introduce only in Pikmin 2 the ultra bitter spray, which if you spray at an enemy, turns them into stone, freezing them. And then if you kill, you can kill the enemy easier. And if you kill the enemy while they're in stone, it'll drop nectar instead of being able to bring the body back.
I guess that's cool. Yeah,
Hmm. So like, once
but
Pikmin 2, there's just so much to do in it. I feel like 1 and 3 are very linear short games. Like 3 especially. 3 is the one game in the series where there's a narrative that isn't just you collecting the specific objects in the
yeah,
areas, right? It's like you're just collecting those to increase really the amount of time you have to play the game. But but there is a main goal. Like every time I end up progressing to the main goal in 3, it's like, oh well, that's it. The game's it's over and done with now. I can't really, I'm done playing the game, I guess. But in 2, oh my, in 2, I feel like I could explore that game for like hundreds of hours because there's just so much. There's all these caves. There's even still the overworld areas, which are all very treacherous and they all have so many elemental puzzles and just like, hey, you have to let this group of Pikmin do this thing to get this object. There's just so much into. I absolutely. And like the halfway, they give you a goal and you reach that goal by collecting the treasure, but then it's like you have to go back and with the oh my god, it's incredible. I think there's a chance Pikmin 4 tops it based on what I've seen. I feel like there's a way for it to top it, but honestly, Pikmin 2 is just so incredible. It's one of my favorite
no, you
favorite
accidentally said
games.
the right answer.
On no,
That's proof.
oh
That's proof. He's
no,
lying.
no, two's amazing. 2 has the better battle mode. Don't at me. Don't
Freudian
fight me.
slip.
Fight me. Battle mode in 2 is amazing. It's a damn war.
That's a Freudian slip right there. But I do agree with that. The two battle mode is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But who knows? Maybe in a week's time we'll all be thinking differently. We'll all be absolutely Pikmin 4
I
eyes, however you want to say it.
I heard
Maybe
Pikmin
we'll be.
Pikmin
four
4 is gonna
eyes.
be the best one.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
guess.
just know.
Well, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even. I'm not. I was worried at first when the game was announced that like they were going to be doing too many changes. Like, oh no, camera angle. What's the game going to play like now? But playing the demo and seeing that just means we can do things on a grander scale. And if you really want to play it like old Pikmin, you could pull the camera all the way up and do it like that if you want. So really, it's just I feel like there is like they're adding so much more freedom to it. I feel like it genuinely is just going to come down to like preference or anything. If the older games are seen as better. But yeah, man, Pikmin 4, at the time of this video going up, it should be here, and we're probably all playing it right now and having an absolute
Hopefully.
blast with it. Yeah. Oh man, I'm just teething at the mouth. But yeah, no, I hope you guys all very much enjoyed this Pikmin week celebration. It has been so putting 3 reviews together out in a week. That was not fun. I'm not doing that again. It's not happening. You're only getting 2 reviews tops from me every during the week. I can't. That was too much. Um, but it was worth it. We got a big game, big enough to get fans paying for Times Square adverts. Um, so we had to go all out here on the corner for that. But yeah, no, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Closing thoughts?
Um, can I talk about my playthrough?
Yeah, sure.
So I did a full playthrough of Pikmin 1 on a different channel that I haven't finalized the name of yet, but it might be linked here. Um,
Maybe. Let me
so
know.
if
Let
you
me
want
know
to watch
before it
that,
goes live, please.
okay. I did a full playthrough of Pikmin 1, and I want to do one of 2 and 3, but we're kind of running out of time here, so I hopefully I'll get 2 done. But yeah, those are going to be on my channel if you want to watch those. So that's it. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Will be linked in the description.
We
Rutula,
love
anything else?
Ochi. that's that's all.
Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah,
cool, I
Ochi
guess.
Ochi has grown on
we
me.
did
He did not
not
like
like.
Ochi at first.
I did
Good
not
to
like
know.
Ochi. I
His
like
mind has
Baby
changed
Ochi.
when he's like small and you can't ride him or anything.
Baby Ochi is better than Big
Whoa,
Ochi.
hot
Once he gets
take.
big, I care less. But when he's tiny little baby Ochi
No,
is
he
adorable and I
really
love him.
grew on me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautiful
that's it.
stuff. I love the little lad. I'm sure they're gonna do plenty of cool things with him in the final game. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this Pikmin Week celebration, and keep yourselves cornered for more content, including the inevitable review of Pikmin 4 coming up sometime,
Hey.
sometime soon.
Woohoo!
It'll be out soon whenever I finish the game.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
but yeah, no, that'll do it. I'll see you guys
Bye.
on the
Okay,
next
bye.
one. Later.